So I've been trying a bunch of different stuff, been eating differently, and I wanted to make things that I could, I don't have to make dinner every night if I can help it. I mean, it is fun to make dinner and stuff like that, but sometimes you don't have time or you don't feel like it or whatever. So tonight is a large thing I'm going to do is make a pot of lentils. A large thing I'm going to do. That doesn't make any sense. The thing I'm going to do tonight is make a pot of lentils for the week. I want to see this recipe. It's rainbow. It's one of the bigger YouTubers. This person has a lot of subscribers. Rainbow Plant Life. I'm going to use a variation of this person's recipe. And I have onions, garlic, carrots. I'm going to put in salt, pepper, vegetable stock, a little bit of chili powder, and some cumin. And did I say garlic? I think I said garlic. And yeah, let's see how it comes out. According to this, it should only take about an hour. So if that's the case, I can do it on a Sunday night because it's Sunday night, and then I have food for the week. So let's go. Let's get into the kitchen. Got a hot pan. Gonna add in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. This isn't my really good stuff. This is my okay Kirkland stuff. This is the stuff I use. It's extra virgin olive oil, but I usually like it for cooking. Works pretty nice. I definitely, when I roast veggies, those veggies that you see on the side of this, on the left side, I guess. I always roast them in Kirkland oil because it's just a nicer oil that's not too expensive. Get this nice and hot. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna brown these onions. Or try to. We're gonna cook these onions down for a little bit. Kind of like what I do with my French onion soup. So this is step one. This is where I'm keeping kind of close with her recipe. This person's recipe has a few different ingredients in it. I'm just going to keep it completely basic and just build from there, hopefully. So hopefully this is okay. And then the next thing, I'll add another ingredient and just build up to it. We're dealing with lentils, so they're not too terribly expensive, thankfully, at least as of right now. You never know at this time. So we're just gonna try this out. Hopefully it'll come out pretty good. Gonna break these down for a good 5, maybe 10 minutes. The longer I cook them, the more they'll caramelize and the better flavor it'll bring. Just like with French onion soup. So now I'm just gonna put the top on. You know what? Give it 10 minutes. All right, look at that spoon. But look at these onions. This has been about 10 minutes now. Actually, the timer just went off. It's been about 10 minutes. They're really starting to brown now. I'm getting some really nice caramelization. So I'm gonna give it another 5 minutes. I gave it a really good stir. I'm gonna give it another 5 minutes with the cover on, and then we'll move on to our garlic. All right. We've got sufficient color. It smells really nice in here. Yeah, that's what you want. That will add a really nice depth of flavor. I'm gonna lower it just a little bit. Leave it open. Gonna grab my garlic. Yep, that's a good smell. That was a whole head of garlic. I like garlic. So that was about 6 cloves. No, 8 cloves. Really nice. Ooh, that garlic smell. you miss out. You're missing out. You got to do this. I mean, just doing this is always such a nice aroma. Every olive oil and garlic and onions is like a base for a lot of stuff, right? And because it just has that real good aromatic. All right, gonna let this just sit. I'm gonna give it another couple of stirs every few minutes. I'm gonna give this a good 10 minutes of cooking. Really break down that garlic. Next thing I'm gonna add are some carrots. Got some carrots. I'm just gonna mandolin them. You know, I don't want that tip. I'll get that out of the way. So they're gonna cook real nice. This is a rather thin autofocus, my friend. It just, here we go. Thank you. All right. Thin, I like them like that. If they break down a whole bunch and just end up absorbing a lot of flavor, I mean, that's even better. I know my wife's always kind of like on lentils. She's not a big lentils fan. I love them. So to be able to make a lentil soup, I think it's a good test for flavoring and what kind of textures and things that you want, because that is a part of the whole process, right? So carrots are an in on my wife. My wife loves carrots. If I can season some carrots well, I think I can get her on board with lentil soup. All right, we're moving along. I added, this is, how many cups? 4 cups. Four cups of vegetable broth. The recipe, I'm going to follow this part of the recipe and definitely add another cup of water. There's a guy, an East Coast guy, a fishing guy that I watch, and he always says, water. The water is, there's fish are in the water. But then I think about it and I say water. I used to work with a guy back in college, and he would always make fun of me because I would make fun of his accent and he would make fun of my accent, right? So he'd go, water, hey, how y'all do? He's a good guy. I talked to him the other day, actually. Okay, wow. We really quieted down here. That's great. I added a teaspoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of cumin, half a tablespoon of black pepper, and about a half a tablespoon of salt. So that's it. Actually, I should have checked if I'm pretty sure that broth was salted. That's fine. These lentils will suck up all that flavor anyway. So this has been up. This is set. So now the reason why we're gathered here today is our lentils, right? So cut this bag. There we go. Go to add the whole bag. Stir them around for a moment. I'm going to raise my temperature to medium, a little bit north of medium maybe. Stir these suckers in. What I'm doing here, I'm bringing the broth and our lentils up to boiling. Want to leave them boiling for a couple of minutes, not very long. Maybe 4 or 5 at the most minutes to make sure we got everybody cooking. Then we'll bring it down to a simmer and we'll let it sit covered for about 20 minutes. And we're basically done with all the hard stuff. You can add different things. The creator that recipe I'm using uses eats it with a crusty bread, but I think that was just her ad. Because you can have it with bread like you would with a French onion soup, but I think you can get away with just eating it like this. Maybe a little bit of lemon, or if you want to add a yogurt or something like that, maybe that would complement it well. But I want to see, my goal is to make it so good that I'm like, I don't need anything, just that is good. So let's bring this up to a boil and we'll be back. All of this is my first time doing this, so I'm documenting it. And these suckers have already expanded. It's been about 12 minutes. They started boiling about 5 minutes ago, and I could smell them across the room. I think we're on to something here, hopefully. But yeah, they've expanded a whole bunch. They've been boiling away really nice. So I'm going to take it down to a nice simmer. Yeah, we got a lot of heat in here. That's great. I can already feel it thick. It's thick. Huh. Hopefully that's good. I like lentils like that. I'll just take a... Because, I mean, I think you would like blend them so that way they'll be soft. Or you could just eat them like this as long as they're soft. But yeah. It's so far... It's a pleasant odor. It's not like anything too crazy. So take this down all the way down. So it'll let it simmer like this for about 20 minutes, and then we'll come covered and we'll come back and check on it. There's no rhyme or reason to how I am covering it again, I think. I think it'd be okay if it was left open. I think I leave my French onion soup open. You know, if I had somebody to drink it with, I would drink, I would put some wine in it. I think wine would really deepen everything. But I want to see how it tastes like this. So let's give it 20 minutes and we'll see what we got. So, I don't know. It's only one way to find out. I cooked them for about 45 minutes, because like at about 25 minutes, I tried to press one against the wall of the pot and I could just feel that it was still hard. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I put it on for another 20 something minutes and they're nice and smushy now. I can smush them. Okay. I don't know if that's like a revelation of flavor, but the onion, the caramelized onion does add a nice nice flavor. I can taste the garlic, which is great. I like garlic. So one thing I saw one cook creator do was add potatoes. I meant to get them, but I totally forgot. Some fingerling potatoes, probably like half them, and then put them in the bottom. And you know, potatoes take a long time to cook. Let them cook down and get nice and soft. I'm not gonna win any awards for this. It's passable. This is gonna be my lunch for the week. So I'm excited about this. I think there's a lot of room to grow, of course. But it's passable. Like I said, I'm not like jumping up and down like I'm a Michelin chef, but okay. A little more salt. I forgot to check. Let me look. Okay, 560 milligrams in the box. I need to look into my flavors that I do with my PBL. And also, there's a recipe I've never done on this because it's just like a recipe that my wife found actually. That's awesome that we like to do. Maybe some liquid smoke. I'll just play around with it. It's a palette. You can put all kinds of flavors onto it. So it's done. I turned it off. It was starting to burn on the bottom. I was like, crap. It burned through that water pretty well. So it was 4 cups of broth and a cup of water. I think I would be okay, especially with this bag. If I just do a bag, do 2 more cups of water, maybe even just 2 boxes of broth, and just really let it cook down. Onion, garlic, an acid. So there's half a lemon. You're gonna drop seeds in it if you do this, and just be okay with that. All you gotta do is pick them out. It's not the end of the world. You got a spoon, so you're okay. A lemon. I forgot about that. She mentioned that at the end. So, oh no, 1 seed. All of that, and I only got 1 seed in there. So, give it a quick stir. Because I was like, yeah, there is something that's not missing, but like something that needs. See, you can just smush them. So they're a great texture. They're very pleasant on the tongue. So. The creator I've been referencing did make a, what do you call it? A yogurt topping that goes with it. I could see that the acid and the yogurt with the tartness would help with this, I think. Okay, that did it. That tartness. My mom just gave me a bag of lemons, so I'm like, oh, gotta add a little bit of lemon to each bowl I make. I think that's all it needs. So it's a good vegan alternative. To get your protein and not to eat too much meat. And plus it's more expensive. The lentils are cheaper. I was able to get all of this for like 30 bucks. It's still not cheap. But the lentils, not 30 bucks. That was because I forgot it. We went to the store and I forgot it, and I ended up having to order it. So then you add on the delivery and a tip. Ugh. But hey, they're just making a living. I'm not faulting them. So yeah, the broth is like $6. The lentils are like $3. The carrots were like $1, and the onion were. Cause I bought a couple of onions. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the other one yet. But yeah, it's a good protein. I'm gonna let it sit and cool. I have my lemons. I think I'm good. I hope so. First time, lot to learn. Works really well. Tastes good. It's not. I'm not winning an award with it, but it's completely edible. I think it tastes good. It's not, like I said, I'm gonna keep going in that circle. Lot to learn, but I think it's a good start. It's a good base. The onions and the garlic are always a home run. So first time doing the inaugural lentil soup. Let's put it that way.